right, y'all. So by now, you guys already heard what's been going on with Chris Brown. So around 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, Chris Brown was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, which is in fact a felony charge. So let me just break it down to you guys on exactly what happened today with Chris Brown. FYI, most of my information I got from TMZ since they were the ones that broke the story. Okay. So earlier this morning, TMZ reported that the LAPD rushed to Chris Brown's home after a woman called the authorities. The alleged victim, Braylee Curran, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She is a beauty contestant. She calls 911 and told the police that Chris pulled a gun out on her because she was admiring a piece of jewelry. So the cops rushed to his house, and when they get there, they try to enter his home, but Chris was like, it ain't happening. You need a warrant. You're not coming into my house voluntarily. It ain't gonna happen. So while the cops waited for the warrant off of Chris's property, Ray J comes out of the home. That's right, you heard it. I said Ray J. So Ray J leaves Chris's property, and the police arrest him and seize his car. So they're checking out Ray J, make sure he doesn't have anything on him. They are checking him for warrants, and when they find nothing, they release him. However, they keep his car for evidence. I don't understand why they kept his car for evidence. They could have just easily searched his car right then and there. And then once they found that there was nothing in his vehicle, they should have allowed him to leave with his vehicle. But he had to call an Uber, and that's how he got home. So Ray J claims that he was at Chris's house getting a tattoo, and in fact, Chris was asleep the entire night. Okay. Then a source from TMZ later on in the day claims that Chris threw a duffel bag out of the window, and inside the duffel bag was a gun and a whole bunch of drugs. And the police, in fact, did confiscate it. So as time passes on and the police are waiting for a warrant, Chris goes on Instagram basically saying, listen, I just woke up. The helicopters above my house woke me up. I don't even know what the hell's going on. You know, I didn't do anything. I'm tired of people making me out to be a villain. F the police. Black Lives Matter. They're always bothering me every 3 months. They always coming up with something every 3 months, like leave me alone. And basically the cops are the biggest gang in America. You guys can check the video out. So while the uniformed police are waiting outside for the warrant, SWAT arrives as well as the robbery and homicide division. But according to TMZ, they're the ones that handle the VIP celebrity special cases. Whatever. While the uniformed police, SWAT, and robbery and homicide division wait for the warrant and Chris is held up in his home, Braylee goes and talks to TMZ to tell her side of the story. So Braylee is saying that she was there to hang out with her friends and she was just chilling in the hot tub. Then she goes on and she says, you know, this is not the first time that I've hung out with Chris. I've actually hung out with Chris with Justin Bieber. Okay, so she's chilling in the hot tub for a little bit, but then she decides she wants to go into the home. And then she notices a gentleman with several pieces of jewelry. She said that she was there to admire it, and she actually touched one of the pieces. And the piece that she touched was a diamond-encrusted cross. You know, he started to yell at her and scream at her. And then she said Chris came up to her and pulled a gun on her and was just like, listen, get out of my house. Right? So she said she was scared. She was afraid. So her and her friend left. But then somebody in his entourage was like, hold up. Before you go, you need to sign this non-disclosed form. But she was like, she didn't want to sign it. So her and her friend left. If you don't know what a non-disclosure agreement is, basically it's saying, listen, whatever goes on in this room, in this area, you cannot talk about it. And in fact, you do talk about it, you will be sued or some type of legal action will be taken against you. Okay, so that's basically what it is. All celebrities do it just to hide their secret. So Braylee goes on and she says her and her friend are walking down the driveway and she notices a black Jeep. She gets really scared because she feels like Chris is in a car looking for her. So she tells her friend to duck down behind a vehicle and basically wait until the coast is clear. Once the coast is clear, she leaves the property and then she calls 911. So around 12:30 Pacific time, Chris's lawyer, Mark Gergos, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, sorry, but he arrives at Chris's home and then the police come in and issue the warrant. So once the warrant is issued, Chris's entourage is led out to the front of the house and the cops begin to search them for anything that is illegal. So once they search his entourage, they pretty much separated them all around the home and they begin to interview them. Okay. At this time, Chris is still in the house. They're searching his house. For a long time, you don't get to see Chris. The first time you get to see Chris is around maybe about 3:30 Pacific time. And that's when Fox 10 Phoenix actually catches him in one of their aerial shots. And from the aerial shots, you can see that Chris is chilling. He's sitting in front of his house. He's looking up. He's actually waving to the helicopter. And he just looks like he has absolutely no worries, right? Well, at 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time, he was actually arrested for assault with a deadly weapon.
Has he been taken off the property?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Brown has been transported downtown where he will be arrested for ADW. Yeah. Yes. Yes, he is gone.
So according to Fox 10 Phoenix, via TMZ, Chris's lawyers were preparing for his arrest, gathering his bail money. So once he was arrested and he was processed, then they had the money to bail him out. I will update you guys later on once I find that information. I will leave the information down below in the show more section, so make sure you check that out. My thoughts on this whole situation is it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the coverage, the police, robbery and homicide division, SWAT, uniform. It was just, you would assume that there was a man in a home holding hostages, or a group of people holding hostages, or a bunch of dead bodies, right? This is a man in his home waiting for a search warrant. The whole duffel bag situation to me was completely bogus. I mean, come on. This man, if you can see from the shots, this man lives in a mansion and he's surrounded by acres of land, okay? And you actually have to go onto his property, walk up the driveway, and it's a long driveway. He has his garage on the side of his house. So in fact, if he did throw the duffel bag outside the window, how did the cops obtain the duffel bag? Mind you, the duffel bag story was released way before the warrant was issued. So how did the cops obtain it? If they actually got a hold of the duffel bag before the warrant, okay, it would be admissible in court because they were not allowed on the property. And then for Chris, when is this dude going to mature? He is constantly in trouble. I mean, ever since the whole Rihanna situation, it's just like every year there's something different with him. I don't understand. He says, oh, I changed my life after I have my daughter. I matured. But he's just getting into more and more trouble. It's time for him to reevaluate his life. Okay, it's time for him to get rid of a lot of people in his life. He has a ton of bad influences. If you actually have friends, really good friends that care about your well-being, all the stuff that's going on in your house, they will tell you straight up, yo, why do you need this in your house? You need to just relax, go to work, take care of your daughter, and leave it at that. Nope. He has people in his house want to party all day, do drugs, sleep with women, just all types of crazy things. And, he's been getting chance after chance after chance after chance. And eventually people are not going to give him any more chances. And he's just going to be stuck out there looking for help. And people are just going to turn around and walk away. So as far as Braley goes, her flip-flopping and her unsureness is just very, very suspect to me. She goes on TMZ and she's telling her story. Harvey is asking her, listen, Braley, will you be pressing charges? And she's like, Harvey, I don't know, because, Chris is such a good guy and I never really wanted this to happen. And I'm saying to myself, what do you mean you didn't want this to happen? You called the police. What did you think was going to happen? Did you think they were just going to hang up the phone? Did you think they were just going to go up there, knock on the door and say, please don't use your gun on people. It's not very nice, and walk away? No. No. You know who he is. You know his history when it comes to the law. You knew what was going to happen. So stop, cut the bullshit. Okay? And then after her interview with, Harvey and the rest of TMZ, I guess she was getting a lot of comments on her social media pages. So she decides to go on Instagram and basically say, listen, why would I make up the story? You guys can check out the video.
Do you all honestly think I wanted this and I caused this? If somebody put a gun to your head, what would you do? Call the police?
So as you guys see in the video, she's saying, to the people on Instagram, Twitter, wherever this video will go, why would she lie about the whole situation? She might be right. She isn't lying about the situation. My issue with her is she has not talked to the police formally yet. Why is she on TMZ? Why is she on Instagram talking about the situation? She should keep her mouth shut. This is what I'm saying, why I feel like she is trying to gain attention. If she felt traumatized about the situation, she wouldn't be saying anything. She would have waited for the cops to interview her. And then after the fact, if she felt like she needed to talk to TMZ, then she should have talked to TMZ. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not too sure about her. Again, it probably did happen to her, but then she's taking this opportunity to really make herself known out there because she is in the beauty pageant world. I don't know. Something about her just doesn't sit right with me. Her going to social media, her running to TMZ and doing an interview. Just sounds like she's really looking for attention. Please note that I am not taking anyone's side, okay? I, for one, don't know who's telling the truth and who's not telling you the truth. I'm just giving you my thoughts on both sides, okay? Hopefully Chris can get his life together, for the sake of him and his daughter. You know what I mean? Everybody loves him. He's a talented guy. When things are going right for him, he seems like he's really sweet. He loves his fans. We don't want to see him continue down this real bad road. We continue to root for him, even though these troublesome things happen to him, his fans and other people who love him still root for him. So hopefully he'll take that into consideration and get his life together.
Oh, Lord. Hey, man. Mr. Brown, man. You gotta move, man. Go on, get away from over here, please. You're making the block hot, buddy. You my friend and all. But she gotta go. Got SWAT teams and helicopters flying over my head. I'm thinking after me. You only have about 5 or 6 black people over here anyway. You're gonna have to go farther up, man, because the way we looking, they gonna take me, you, gonna cut us short. I don't want to get cut short from over here, man. They really only want 2 of us over here. At this rate, you're gonna make it 1. So please, I like you, man. You're my dog. We go out, but you go out away from over here. Go. Now I love you, man, but peace.
I don't know the right thing to say right now, but what I do know is that we need to support Chris Brown right now. We need to stand in his corner. We need to make sure that he is taken care of properly. We could deal with mental, spiritual, physical help, personal help later. But right now we need to make sure that he's protected because it's just an allegation. And a lot of times we are, a part of helping each other after something already happens, to whereas while it's in the process and something really, really terrible can go down, is the time that we need to be using our voices. And that's right now, because he needs to get out of that house safe and things need to go right, for real.
Yo, this Ray J. Check it out. I'm real upset about today. I'm not happy with how things are handled and how people can take a false story and blow it up into something way more than what it should be. You got just positive people around, and you look outside and it's like a war zone for no reason. For somebody, what some stranger said about something that don't got nothing to do with nothing, and to react like that so fast without really knowing the facts and knowing what's up ain't cool. And you know, it's just not right. It shouldn't be like this. I support the homie Chris, and I support the whole movement. I'm here, and again, man, this shit gotta change. Like, it can't be like this every time somebody yipping and yapping trying to get an extra buck. You know, it turns around and it's all bad on us. Ain't cool.
What are your thoughts on this whole entire story? Let me know down below in the comment section, okay? Make sure you check the show more section for updates, okay? And make sure to also check out gttv.com, because sometimes I will update you there more than I would update you here on YouTube, okay? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.